is like the way we talk to each other as comics. You can't make those kind of jokes sometimes with regular people. Like regular people where you're insult, like you could say like the most heinous joke to Tony Hinchcliffe and he would fall on the ground laughing, holding his tie.
Yes. So there seems to be this notion in the Rogan sphere that comedians are the only people on Earth who know how to quote-unquote bust each other's balls. Regular civilians like you or I, well, we're simply incapable of grasping such a concept.
Remember when this was the worst social thing you could do by accident?
Have a pinky out?
Yeah, like, oh no!
Your friends would mock you.
We saw him!
Yeah, I think that might be just us. That might be a comedian's thing.
That's how you first get into it?
If regular guys are drinking coffee, I bet they do this all the time. They don't even think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't think someone's going to jump all over them and mock them.
But on the rare occasion, the regular working-class civilian will stand up to the comedic assassins and destroy them in their very own profession, resulting in some of the most satisfying moments in comedy. Take, for example, the time when David Lucas got out-roasted by a random girl after he insulted her body for about a minute or so.
You got something else you want to say? Go ahead.
No, I was waiting.
I'll roast them breast cancer titties you got too. That bitch got 2 medium-sized water balloons in her shirt.
These starting to sound like compliments.
I like big titties. Them titties will get you nowhere.
Well, great. I don't want to be anything you like because I don't want to look like a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all like that bullshit?
Woo! They're hungry. Shit.
You got the titties of one of R. Kelly's sex victims, bitch, your ass.
You got the titties of big titties. You got big titties.
I mean, for a guy that's considered to be the greatest roaster in Kill Tony history, he got served up pretty easily here. And in all fairness, he took it pretty well. Like, at least he didn't get all butthurt about it like some other comics do when regular civilians get under their skin. Because a lot of these so-called killers are actually pretty sensitive on the inside. Like, you don't even have to say much to really get to them. And the best example of this that I could think of was a couple of years ago when Andrew Schultz's court jester, Akash Singh, got infuriated by one of the audience members who was seemingly uninterested in Akash's lackluster jokes.
And I'm trying to power through the set, but when I'm done with my set and I see him doing this, that shit, there is no way your left hand is more interesting than what we're doing up here for an hour.
You clearly want to go home. I don't know why the fuck he didn't leave already. This guy's sitting here picking his fucking calluses on his hand for 10 minutes. Just go. Who gives a fuck?
And then I just fucking lost it. I was like, with all my jokes, fuck this guy.
How is this more polite than just getting up and walking out? The guy thinks he's funnier than me. Fucking Brits, dude. I'm so glad that bitch died. So glad that bitch died. Never been more glad a bitch died in my life. This whole time I didn't care. I was like, whatever, 92-year-old bitch died. Who cares what she did to India? I'm over it. I'm not over it anymore. F that bitch. Ha! You get those jokes, don't you? You don't have a hard time understanding that?
It's funny how that guy just sitting there doing nothing will probably live in Akash's head for the rest of his life. I mean, the dude's just sitting there chilling. And just because he's not ROFLing at every one of Akash's bad jokes, Akash felt the need to go off on him for 5 minutes straight.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just come sit here for 5 minutes? Just look at this guy. Can you see him from here? You only see this part of his face. You don't see the shitty part is right here. You paid for this shit, I bet. He wouldn't do this if he paid. Remember what I said about being disrespectful? F all of it. Out the window.
And the funniest part about this whole thing is that Akash posted this interaction to his own YouTube channel as if he served an utter grand slam to this guy. But in reality, all he did was expose himself.
He deserved it. I don't know if we put this out because it's so mean, but he fucking deserved it. It was fun, to be honest with you. I had a good time.
And after watching this clip again, guys, it sure does seem like Akash has a lot of inner rage built up inside of him. Like, it must suck knowing that all he'll ever be known for is being the guy who laughs like a hyena at everything Andrew Schultz says. But anyways, not all comedians have a short fuse like Akash. Take Brian Callen, for example. Some of Brian's funniest moments are when he gets made fun of on his podcast, and unlike some people, he actually leans into the jokes about him, which makes it that much more enjoyable, like when Matan Evan roasted him when he was a guest on Matan's show.
So you have matured a little bit since then, I'll give you that.
You think so?
In some ways, you've got older and your face, it looks older.
Dude,
Have you ever made a person laugh before?
Yeah, I'm a comic, dude. I'm really good at stand-up comedy.
There are some topics, though, that old Bry is still cautious about, like the whole Fighter and the Kid subreddit and their massive hatred for Brendan Schaub and him. Like, he'd much rather stay away from that. So Matan knew that this would be the perfect angle to take with Callan, and sort of ambushed him with the subject.
Oh, what's his name?
Brendan Schaub. Very funny man.
Oh,
Cracks
he's
me up.
funny?
Very funny. Very strong.
Do you legally have to say that?
No. Listen, do you listen to Fighter and the Kid?
I hear about it from different sources.
So you're hearing a third party, dude. I need you to get involved in the podcast Fighter and the Kid, and you will see that I'm not just the only genius in that fucking duo. It's Brendan Schaub.
I'll tell you this,
Brown
I'm
Schaub.
a big part of the community.
Are you talking about the underground community? You son of a bitch.
There's a couple 100,000 of us now.
You're part of that community?
I
bet
started
you that
it.
fucking guy is too.
And I
You started it?
Oh, you know what email I use too?
Which?
You know.
What is it?
Tiger Belly.
But I actually think the best moment from this podcast was when Matan got Brian Callen to admit that Joe Rogan was one of the worst comedians that he knows, which wasn't even what Matan intended. Like, he wanted Brian to say Brendan Schaub, but instead, Brian brought up Joe Rogan.
Within your friend group, who do you think are the 5 funniest comedians?
I think Bill Burr. I think Dov Davidoff. I think Steve Byrne cracks me up. I think Andrew Santino is hilarious.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next segment.
Sorry,
Who now the 5 least funny, so now you can get to those guys.
Dude, let me explain.
I'm just
Matan, do you understand he could make one phone call? He could open his fucking window and whisper, and this whole podcast goes away?
Oh, are we talking about Brendan Schaub or Joe Rogan?
We're talking about Joe Rogan.
Oh, I love Joe Rogan. He's funny. Oh.
Also, while we're on the topic of Joe Rogan, I don't think I can make this video without including him, because out of everyone in this circle jerk, he might be the most sensitive when it comes to regular people having a go at him, as he is the originator of this whole mindset where comedians are far more superior than the regular Joe Schmo. And he's been this way his entire life. Like, there's this ancient video of him on YouTube from 2007 where Joe gets into a heated argument with a feminist, who even I'll admit is beyond insufferable in this video, but I still applaud her for rage baiting Joe into a full-on mental breakdown.
Hi, I'm Lydia Lunch. I think I'm just getting material here, so I thought I'd cut in.
You said what?
I think I'm just getting material here, so I thought I would just cut in.
Sorry, it's not really working though.
I love your routine. I'm not a comedian. I deal with tragedy, but we have similar subjects. You know, the way that you talk about women, I talk about men. But in a serious way. It's great.
So at first it seemed pretty cordial between the two, but as soon as the feminists started criticizing Joe's stand-up, you can tell that his blood was starting to boil. And he finally reached his breaking point with her when she started to emasculate him in front of everyone at the bar.
Honey, you wouldn't get any material. You wouldn't get any material out of me like you were getting out of them. So I said, look, I'm not with these clownish impersonations of women with no brains but lots of beauty. Oh, okay.
Well, the ones that are smart are
look
never
at my eyes
funny.
when you're talking.
Like,
I know, exactly.
I always do that.
I don't think so, Joe.
Yes, I do. Stop the dumb intimidation stuff. I was thinking of a lot of things.
I know.
I think I looked down. Don't go attacking me. I see where you're going with this. I see exactly where you're going with this. I don't think so, Joe. Don't start that shit with me.
So Joe just simply couldn't let that go. And as you'll see shortly, this little back and forth quickly escalated into a Joe Rogan shouting match. And it got so bad to the point where everyone in the bar went silent just to hear this meltdown.
No, it's because you try to tell people what to do. Don't tell people where to look. That's not how you communicate with adults. You don't tell them, look in my eyes. I'm not your dog, and I'm not a little kid. No, you don't talk to people like that. That's dumb. That's not gonna
put my
work.
cigarette out up his nose, but that's okay.
Go ahead, do it.
I don't.
So don't threaten it.
I'm not threatening.
This is dumb shit.
No, it's
yes,
fine.
it is.
It's fine.
No, it's dumb. You put your
If she
cigarette
talks
on
enough
me?
shit to you, you will punch her, right?
No.
I don't think so. No shake on that, because I'm not going to punch him either.
But you know,
Don't say you're gonna. Then that's idiots. That's dumb. No, you say no. I'm not on stage. I'm talking. You saying you're gonna burn me with your cigarette? You're not burning anybody. That's dopey talk. That's dopey dumb talk.
And then the woman kind of crosses the line here and touches Joe on the face, and that sends him into an absolute rage.
You're not burning people. What are you, fucking tough? You're gonna burn people? You're an out of shape older woman. You're not burning anybody.
You're out of shape younger woman.
I'm in very good shape.
I bet you are. Just keep working
Yeah,
on
don't
it.
touch me.
No,
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry.
Don't touch me.
I know the
No, fuck, this is dopey shit. I'm gonna burn you, and then you touch my face.
No, I said I'm not gonna burn you.
This is dopey talk. It might work on other people who are impressed by you. No, not insecurity. I don't think you're cool. I was nothing but cool to you until you started trying to tell me what to do. Why? Because you're insecure and you're used to people paying attention to you. Immediately you come over to me, you have to tell me about your act and what you do and you do and you do. How about just talking as a human being? You ever try that? Just talking. Stop telling people what to do. Yeah, I'm screaming at you because you need to hear this shit. Because you're always dominant over people, aren't you?
Baby,
yeah, you are. That's why you felt insecure around me. You tried to get me to do what you wanted me to do. Look me in the eyes, Joe. Don't look down on the ground. Don't talk to those girls. I know people like you, and you're pathetic. Save it. It's dumb. It's all dumb. I'm not like you. You might have tricked them. You're not going to trick me.
Not tricking anybody. Oh.
Save it.
Educate yourself.
No, it's ugly. You're dark and mysterious. I forgot because you're unhappy.
I'm not. I'm very
You're unhappy.
happy.
That's
Very
why you
happy.
with people.
Very
You're dark and mysterious.
Doesn't know me. Doesn't know me.
I don't have to.
And then people in the comments on this video are actually in support of Joe. But please don't be fooled. Like, I agree that the lady shouldn't have put her hands on his face, but other than that, I think this whole rant by Joe just shows how thin his skin really is. Much like that situation with Akash and the audience member. Like, these hacky guys think getting really loud and talking really fast is them owning their intended target, but really it's just a dead giveaway showing that they're really hurt on the inside. But anyways guys, moving along, I don't think I can end this video without mentioning the time when Sketch went on to Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino's podcast and brutally roasted Bobby Lee. Like, for just being a streamer who plays video games and streams at the FaZe house, his timing and delivery here was just amazing.
You on the wrestling team?
For a little bit. It sucked. You get your ass kicked a couple times.
Yeah,
I was a chubby 170, so I'd go out there and wrestle like a real 170.
Wow.
They kind of like throw you around.
You know, this guy was an extremely good high school wrestler. So was his brother.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. What weight? No, you guess the weight. Guess the weight.
I thought sumo was one weight.
Bro, very funny.
Brilliant.
But I just, because I just want to...
Asian jokes are layups. I'm sorry. Y'all don't fight back.
Yeah,
Y'all
right
don't fight
there.
back.
Well, they can't.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
And this was around the time when Sketch got leaked on Twitter, so I just feel like Sketch went into this with nothing left to lose.
You're 4 years. And what weight do you think I wrestled?
You look like you're probably 180 right now.
Oh,
maybe
my
like
God.
a little
Ow,
softer.
ow.
The fact that
Wait, what do you think you're? Wait, you're not 180?
No, I am.
You put a 1 in front of it? How'd you start with a 1?
Okay, 225.
225.
Yeah.
225.
Wow, I gotta get on Ozempic, I think.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the final straw.
No, it's he.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy.
Okay, he
dude.
guessed.
You think I came in aggressive? Right? Sumo, and then I'm 280. What the fuck is going on around here,
you
man?
look like you got soft skin. Come on. In a good way, though.
In a good way, yeah. I do. I love this guy, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Hey, we'll be tip to tip later.
Yeah, you will.
Wait, whoa, stop. Can we slow down?
No.
I'm sweating now.
Yeah.
I'm sweating now.
So you're drooling a little.
Yeah, I'm drooling too.
And then Sketch's final grand slam on Bobby was when they were discussing what would happen if they docked each other.
You mean dock?
Space docking? Yeah.
Space docking?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be like this, huh?
Am I the pinky? Oh, you're both pinky.
Friendly fire.
Oh, yeah. You have a nice penis?
Check Google.
Okay. God, this guy's fast, dude. This guy's so fast, dude.
Check Google.
We love you, dude.
I love you more.
You see, Bobby Lee is a true comedian. And even though Sketch was throwing insult after insult at Bobby, Bobby recognized that what Sketch was saying was actually hilarious. So he improv'd with him all the way to the end of the show. And with that being said, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. If you have any other examples of comedians getting rage baited by people, do let me know in the comment section down below, because I thoroughly enjoy making these videos and would be more than happy to make another.